迎大家来到一个新的视频。那么今天我们要跟Joe一起来听一下周杰伦的新的一首歌。但是呢，我就求你一件事情，必须要看到最后。我求你必须要看到最后，不会后悔。就挺辛苦的去干这个事情了。
大家好 Well, it's finally happened. Jay Chou's new song.
终于等到周杰伦。
It's really interesting for me to listen to. I'm coming at it from a fresh perspective. I didn't grow up with his other work, so I might have some fresh things to bring to the table on this one. That's why Sander asked me to have a listen to it. This is Greatest Works of Art, or 最伟大的作品. Ooh. That is a nice suit. And that is a nice piano. I think that piano is one of the greatest works of art. Ooh. See, it's changed up. It's changed the style already.
Can you feel the magic, Joe? Can you feel that magic, Joe? 你感觉到 magic 了吗？
That feels very Jay Chou. Very, very Jay Chou already.
刚穿着复古西装，拿着手指弹着魔法乐章，漫步坐在山门里的被水放弃的时光，望不到边际的帝国，永远不组织的王座。我用金钱穿梭1920错过的不朽，变成圣的玛格丽特被我变做了苹果，超现实的是我还是他原本生活的小丑，不是烟斗的烟头，连长的鸽子没有飞走，请你记得他这个画家不止什么调酒。只有不久的水墨，画图优雅的双腿是这一种笔尖的隐没，漂洋过海的乡愁总在一无所有的温柔，寂寞的指头才能唱出长与摇的黄昏。小城静静，我们巴黎市的海岸，星空下的夜晚。
Oh, okay. Talking about lots of different artists here, not just musicians. Okay, we're gonna just pause it there. I didn't want to stop it, but I need to talk before I forget. It's got that like hip hop sort of style to it, but with these very real instruments in the back as well. I think that something that's really, really important here, his style of percussion is so updated. You have these sprinkly hi-hats moving. You have the pitching of the snare changing. This is all like trap style drums, which are very popular in more modern hip-hop and rap. So even though it's really still his style, and you can tell, he's managed to update it to be feeling a lot more modern than his earlier hip-hop album. He's not just including musicians in this greatest works of art theme, he's including everything, which I think is really interesting. I think what's also interesting is he did a little vlog or little documentary type video where he used this really old microphone that he bought, because how else are you supposed to get this old-timey feel? And since we're moving through the ages of art here, then we're moving through not only styles, also moving through styles of production as well. So I'll just go back a little bit and play it. You'll be able to hear how the vocals sound different here. Very classical sounding guitar here, nylon strings. Right, who's this guy then?
No, you don't know.
He's getting a lot of screen time now.
Yeah, Joe.
Okay.
就有一个人可以介绍。
I really like this. It really adds to the narrative, the story of the song. I'm not actually sure who this other pianist is though.
No, Joe, you got to.
花园流淌的阳光，空气仰望着 着画像，忘记我那帮干嘛能不能来张这画像？大致眺望着远方，研究色彩的形状，突然回头要我说着我懂自己的想象。时代的跨，音乐的网，我不曾负载我乐章，路还在闯，我还在闯。
Whoa, I like that bit.
时代的跨，音乐的网，我想我必须要画框，它不住渐渐的速度来应付，全部是为了艺术。
He can really change up his flow and everything, and you can tell that this bit of the song is now different. The words are different, what he's saying is different. He's talking about himself now, like he's adding himself to these greatest works of art. I think that sort of bigs up his ego quite a lot, but I think he can get away with it.
Yeah.
And again, the narrative, the story of the song, to build up to this bit where he's now like, okay, now this is my style. And he does this verse in his style. You can sort of see how his lyrics reflect that as well. That's super interesting. And he does it musically and lyrically.
哎，你没有发现他没有把 NFT 放进去？Love the magic. Magic. 咖啡。这世上的人啊，如此孤单。
Perfect with the accordion in the background there. The melodies coalesced at the end, they came together. Just great. That was so cool. Feel like this is the sort of song you want to listen to it again and again. So taking a look through the comments, the pianist is Lang Lang. That's really cool to have such a obviously very good pianist come in and add their own flavor as well to the music. Like it's a real contribution to the song. It really has that old feel of J. Cow, his earlier stuff, where he has hard-panned instruments that stand out with counter melodies in the background of his vocals, whether he's rapping or singing. It has those hip-hop drums, but as I said earlier, they're up to date. They're like in the 21st century with the trap style. And not only that, he's still not scared to throw his own flavor in. He's not scared to stop the song and do something completely different, build that back into the composition. So my personal opinion now.
Personal opinion， 突然我从来没有看过就这么用心去分析一首歌。He's getting really into it.
Is that I don't really have an attachment to his older songs because I didn't hear them when I was younger. But what I can do is that I can reference this back to those and see what's changed and what's different and how things have evolved. I'm really excited to hear the rest of the album that comes out now as well, because this song I've got high hopes for it. I want to listen to it again and again. I really want to get into the meaning of it, and also just watching the video again, I think you'll find so many different bits in there. But let me know what you think, Sander, and what everyone else thinks in the comments. I'm really interested to understand how people that listen to his older music feel about this track.
如果您也是在中国长大的啊，那必须得听过周杰伦的歌。但是我们来分析一下，你去 KTV 会不会点这首歌？来发个弹幕。你去 KTV 你会点周杰伦的哪一首歌呢？来发个弹幕。这首歌好听是好听，但是这种节奏不是我习惯的一个节奏。But it's got so much depth to it， 它是一个很深的一首歌，而且就像Joe说的，你听一次，你听第二次，可能你又会看到了一些东西。
I'm in a slightly different area. I'm outside. I don't know why, but listening to that song just made me wanted to come out here to try and explain things, and I'll tell you why in a minute. First thing I want to talk about is the way they
有公共加分了哦。
has respect for history. The way he talks about the artists, the way he talks about their work, and even asking, okay, why would somebody have a mustache? Why is they so eccentric? What makes them so special? These questions about history shows that he's interested in it, and more importantly, interested in these people. Obviously, the video is in Paris. There's mentions of England, there's mentions of Italy, all these places where great art was created. Again, this is very respectful. He has the pianist Lang Lang, and it's very interesting in that scene that he does, because even Jay looks slightly nervous on it. He has a nervous look on his face before playing the piano with him. And again, I feel like this is a respect for art and a respect for Lang Lang as a pianist. I think that the height of the song and the lyrics for me is the verse with Monet when he asks him, okay, what is your impression of yourself? I think that is just the height of the song, the way that the music changes, and the way that he has a big ego and talks about himself, but he kind of deserves it. So that's a really, really good way to express feeling. And again, okay, so the reason that I'm sat outside doing this is because he is talking about the art and where does the art come from, and is interested in it. And one of the things that he keeps referring back to is nature, the drizzle on the grass, or flowers, or just the beauty that's out there in the world. And obviously that can inspire art. And he talks about going to Paris in his little documentary and trying to write songs in different places, in the train station, on different instruments, and that's really trying to just find inspiration in nature and out in the wider world. And then the final thing that I want to talk about is how he refers to bitterness for one, and also loneliness. These great artists, these geniuses, can suffer also, and finding inspiration in the bitterness of coffee is a really interesting line to put in there, and also the loneliness of an artist as well. And I think that just shows his understanding for what an artist is and what makes them great, the eccentricity and also the bitterness and the sadness as well. That is what I think about the meaning of the lyrics. I've had a few more listens to the song to get to that conclusion, but I think my opinions may change again if I listen more times, but okay.
他真的听了好多，这是第一次就有分析了歌词这么严格。
One thing that actually interested me is when the classical guitar was playing, I wondered if you could play that on Peeper. So everyone, thank you for listening to me, and Sander, thank you for asking my opinion, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.
就谢谢你分析这首歌，我特别喜欢。我觉得周杰伦在我们的年代，他永远是一个 YYDS。这个我应该要叫久一下，这个 YYDS 的这个事情。周杰伦出歌的话，整个网络全部都是周杰伦终于出歌了。你知道我这个6年怎么过来的吗？能有这个艺术家，能有这一个人，就是能带动这么多人，真的是太牛逼了。你们呢？你们是怎么评价这首歌？1到10，你给他多少分？你给Joe多少分？1到10，发给弹幕。去你们也点个赞，因为Joe也挺辛苦的，这么快去学这首歌，在琵琶上面去弄。而且呢，我也在。再见。